Who do you think is actually going to get sacked first?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
This guy, get him out of the podcast lah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Next Team podcast. This is a brand new show brought to you by yours truly. I'm your host BK. And if you're wondering what this show is going to be all about, is mostly just a group of friends sitting down and talking about sports, but mostly about the game we all love, football. And I'm joined today by my friends Vikas, Tarun, Arjun and Pramod. Say hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Hello everyone.
Hi guys.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the ball rolling by starting off talking about the Premier League. And it's been a fantastic season so far. So many ups and downs. Spurs were on top, Liverpool were on top. Now Spurs are 5th, Liverpool are 4th. All sorts of things are happening. So one by one, starting with Vikas, who do you think is most likely to win the title?
Is this even a question? I think definitely. I'm joking. But I mean, I'm surprised at my team. By the way, I support United. I'm surprised that we're on top. And we've been on top for quite some time, which is very surprising considering the fact that our team is just carried by one player. And to be honest, we aren't playing that well as well. And we're actually getting the results to go with it. So that's, to be honest, champion stuff. And I hope it continues as long as it can lah.
Arjun, what do you think?
Well, I support Arsenal, by the way, and I actually think that City will outlast two of their main rivals. I think this season would be Liverpool and United, and I think that's just because of their squad depth and the fact that they have the experience over United, and they have the squad depth that Liverpool don't quite have at the moment. Not because of their fault, but just because they've been quite unlucky with injuries. So yeah, I think that City will do it.
Pramod?
Okay, so I second Vikas because I also support United, and so I strongly believe that. Okay, I'm massively Ole out, by the way, guys. So yeah, so I massively believe in the fact that we are driven by moments. We are driven by individual brilliance of certain players. As Vikas mentioned, the most renowned player right now is Bruno Fernandes. So he's literally carrying the team, and I think we cannot. Okay, I want my team to do well, but I don't know if it means that we don't win the league and Ole gets sacked and we get in someone like Nagelsmann or Hasenhuttl or someone younger and someone more creative, someone more enthusiastic, someone more energetic.
I definitely disagree with that, by the way. I definitely disagree. By the way,
Everyone is on the Nagelsmann hype.
Yeah, that's true.
After Pochettino got sacked, everyone wanted Nagelsmann, but Spurs took Mourinho. And now, even 2 months ago, people were asking for the sacking of Ole, but they wanted Pochettino instead. So what's going on with you guys? I mean, I really cannot believe that you said that Ole should go out, but I guess your agreement is your argument is a fair argument, but
I don't think it's a fair argument at all.
Okay, so okay, let me just
I don't see any logic in that.
Can I finish my point? Okay, I want us to win the league, but if it means that we don't win the league, but Ole gets sacked, and we perform a good mount a good title challenge, because we haven't done that in about 7 to 8 years since 2013, then I don't mind. But
but why do you want him to get sacked in the first place?
Yeah. So are you saying that you rather Ole get sacked than win the title, or what are you trying to say exactly?
No, of course I want to win the title, but if we win the title and Ole leaves, then that'll be the ideal situation, because I don't think he can bring us or drag us to a Champions League victory or anything substantial, because at the moment it's just one player doing all the job. Every single match is driven by one moment of brilliance. Like the Fulham game, you saw Pogba just had to do the killer touch to finish it with the left foot, something like that. It's never a nice build-up open play to score a goal. It's always some individual brilliance, and we have those players in Pogba, Cavani, Bruno, blah blah blah. But I don't know how long they can save Ole's job. But yeah, that's up to you all.
That is that is. I don't know how you even that's not fair to the manager at all. If the players do well, obviously the manager gets some credit. It doesn't make sense that they don't get any credit at all. Then what's the point? You think about it, Lampard spent 200 million on players, and what are his players doing for him? Technically, you can say that in terms of man-to-man quality, they probably have much better players than us. and look at where they are on the table. I don't think that's a valid point at all.
Okay, that's your point.
Interesting argument, guys. I can see that both of you are on different sides of the coin, but the fact is that we still haven't even asked one guy for his opinion. And Tarun, who do you think is going to be the title? Who's going to be the title winner?
As a Liverpool fan, of course, I want it to be Liverpool, but I don't think it's happening without some good signings, which also don't seem to be happening. I would have to go with Man City as my vote for the title winners. I think they have what it takes to outlast United in the title challenge. Because like what Pramod said, if United are going to rely on single individual moments of brilliance, I think City have the better chance of winning it.
Fair.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone agreed.
Okay.
with me.
For me. Okay. For me, I'm also a Liverpool fan. About a month ago, I would have told you guys with confidence that actually exactly a month ago when Liverpool beat Crystal Palace 7-0, I would have said that, you know what, Liverpool can at least we can challenge. We have a high chance of winning.
Was that the last time you scored?
Have they
That was the
scored
last time you
since?
scored, right? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Depends on whether you count Aston Villa.
Since then, the poo-poo has absolutely hit the fan and everything is going downhill. And you know, yeah, we'll get back to that later in the episode. But yeah, it's pain. It's just pain. Yeah. One of you asked me a question. What was it? Oh, have we scored? Yeah. We scored. We scored 7-0 at Crystal Palace, and then after that we scored against West Brom in the 1-1 draw, and then I don't think we have scored since.
Oh, wow.
Music to my
it's
ears.
bad.
would you say that given how well Liverpool were doing without Van Dijk, would you say that the injury of Diogo Jota was actually the more important blow, given the failure
That's
with
a very
yeah
that's a good question. I would say right now that the Jota injury is more devastating because if you look at our performances actually. Apart from the game that we won't talk about, the 7-0 against Aston Villa, or sorry, the 7-2, or was it?
7-2.
I think Jota's injury was more devastating because the defense hasn't actually been that bad since Van Dijk got injured. Even after Joe Gomez got injured, we managed to hold United to a draw with Fabinho and Henderson at the back. So the defense are sort of doing their thing. It's the attack that seems extremely uninspired, or almost toothless right now.
Honestly, quite
And
surprising.
it's crazy because Liverpool haven't scored in. Sorry, Vikas, I'll come back to you.
No worries.
Liverpool haven't scored in 5 games. Salah hasn't scored in 5 games or 6 games or so. But Salah is still at the top of the Premier League scoring charts, I think.
yeah he's
Yeah. So
He's definitely the best
it's-
players of this season so far.
yeah, and so to see them look so toothless is almost crazy. I want to say that like since Klopp came in, I think this is the first time I see us like really play very very badly. It's
even worse in the first
it's
season.
Quite.
Maybe it's a time.
Since the first season, sure, because the expectations are so high.
Right.
Maybe I think this is probably his. He has 3 points in 15 games. Like Liverpool have 3 points in 15 games. So
Jeez. Okay.
Jesus.
yeah, so that's bad. I
That's-
think that's the worst run we've ever been
That's
on.
like Sheffield United.
Let's not go that bad, lah,
actually-
Pramod.
Wow.
Actually,
No, I'm
glad
actually not
you
even
said
kidding. I'm not even kidding.
that.
It's
No.
actually-
Yeah, I'm actually glad you said that. That's not worse than Sheffield United. That's actually on par with Sheffield United.
Yeah,
Sheffield
that's right.
United also
Wow.
have 3 in the last 15
Because they
games.
won one, right? Finally, who did they beat?
Yep.
Newcastle.
They beat Newcastle 1-0.
Oh, another thing about Newcastle, they're 16th in the league, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get Mbappe at one point now, just saying.
What Saudi?
Yeah.
Saudi takeover.
Anyway, maybe it's time to move on the front three lah. Maybe you have to find alternative replacements for the Liverpool
lah,
front
I
three.
don't-
I mean, they're getting into the
Okay, maybe
30s
that's a
already,
bit.
right? So
I think that's a bit.
Yeah, too
of
much.
A knee-jerk reaction
Maybe
to say
Firmino,
that they
but
should
I
move
think
on.
I
Mane
would-
and Salah still.
No,
like,
lah,
would you
I-
say you need to start finding like maybe Jota, Minamino, someone need to like come in and take over. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Jota. I mean, that's what he came in for. I mean, he was on fire, but unfortunately, he got injured. But it happens. Right now, I think like the hallmark of a star player of a true baller is that when you need it most, Jota is injured, like Origi is next to useless after 2019. So like when they are needed most, they have to step up to the plate. So if Liverpool only have Mane, Firmino and Salah to rely on, they have to step up to the plate. But I even think I would say that it's like a matter of tactics also. I think like the other teams just see what West Brom did for the 1-1 draw, and then they've just been like replicating that. Yeah, even United, but I won't take credit away from Ole, but
you can don't worry.
Pramod always use agenda.
Dude, Ole is screw him, honestly. Get him out. What the heck?
Dude, he has your team on the top of the table.
Pramod.
It's Bruno, it's not Ole. Trust me. I
just
bet
go
you know what
support Arsenal
Ole
now.
tells
I don't
Bruno
think
every
so,
time
though.
in the training room. Just go do your thing. I'm not going to tell you anything. And then Bruno just his stuff, and then we kind of get away. But
I mean,
whatever. That's
Pogba
for
is
another.
also
Pogba is scoring bangers. I don't know what you're on about, Mr. Pramod.
Yeah, and the defense, I mean, ever since the 6-1, they've been quite solid.
Yeah, actually, it's commendable,
for all,
honestly.
For all the
After
flack
Spurs,
that
yeah,
has gone
exactly.
Maguire's way, right? Like, he's actually been quite solid for you all.
He's been okay, but okay lah. I mean, I haven't seen anything like tactically like from open play or what to see about Ole. But okay, anything.
I
Okay, we focus on Liverpool
Do you
first.
remember? Okay, wait. Just coming back to that Ole thing, right? Do you remember the Newcastle goal? Right? We won 4-1. The one we scored on the counter was one of the
but what
goals
was
of the
that
season.
on? That was a counter attack. I'm talking about open play.
But that's our style of play.
You
What?
create
That's
something out of.
That is
open
Ole.
play.
We
that is
rely
from-
on counter attack
that is
and
open play.
individual brilliances. That's the only thing we do. We literally
That-
sit back.
that
and
is
wait
like
for
saying-
Counter-attacking is a legitimate strategy. Why are you talking as if
it's not a strategy
allowed
if you
or
have
it's
people like
secondary?
Rashford and Greenwood.
No, but
who are,
that's he's using
built
his
on
players
pace.
effectively. What? That is
So-
intelligent man management, intelligent tactics. What? He knows
Yeah.
his players' strengths and he's utilizing their pace
Exactly.
and playing on the counter.
but-
There's nothing wrong with that. What?
You
How
can't
can you
play
criticize
with
the
counter
management?
attack when you're playing against freaking like West Brom or Burnley.
But we are getting the
You can play
results. What?
counter-attack.
I mean, why would you complain if you get the results? That's the thing. I mean, I know
Okay
there was
lah.
a patchy period he had. I mean, maybe his win ratio compared to the other previous United managers aren't the greatest. But you have to consider in terms of the situation right now. I think since Ferguson left, right, we've been playing the best football. You compare Van Gaal,
we
you
have,
compare Mourinho.
we have, but I would say I always told you all right, if Van Gaal had this crop of players, right, we would have been much better. That's what I'm talking. That's the ultimate point I'm reaching. He's a manager for me personally.
He had
But
Di
okay
Maria,
lah, we shall
he had-
see.
He had Falcao.
If he, yeah, look
Those
at what
are
he
all
did to
world-class
Falcao and
players,
Di Maria and what the heck. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Going back to Liverpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, Liverpool are in the shit. I mean,
Actually, speaking about the front three, are they looking for anyone in the January transfer window?
Isn't Salah going to leave or something?
dude,
Like rumors
I
of him.
don't think. Yeah. That's another thing. Okay, so first of all, for the January transfer window, I haven't heard anything. Like literally nothing.
Yes.
No rumors, no
Yes,
nothing.
No,
absolutely.
you're
no
going to
rumors at
sign
all.
some Dutch
Yeah.
centre back, I think. Sven Botman.
No, we're not.
No, man.
Oh, yeah, I
are
read
you
that,
saying me?
but-
No, like
Like,
I
okay.
saw a rumor. I saw something about it.
But I think
we're
Fabrizio
not.
Romano, he tweeted that there wasn't any official approach. They just register interest,
Yeah.
but nothing.
How old is
advanced.
this guy? How old
What's
is this
the
guy?
point? I'm looking for the next Van Dijk. I'm not looking for the next Sepp Vandenberg. You know.
He is projected to be the next Van Dijk. But that's what they say about William Saliba
I mean-
also, so I don't know. Lah.
wasn't
hasn't had
Mendy
his chance,
supposed to be wasn't Mendy supposed to be the next Cafu or some shit? But I mean, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, I think
sometimes
as
it just
Vikas
doesn't
once
happen,
said, Januzaj was supposed to be the next Ronaldo. Let's not forget that.
Yes.
So.
No, honestly, I think
Why
Liverpool
is
will be
Januzaj now? Actually?
Dude, number
Januzaj
7 in
has
United is
no
a flop until Cavani. Every single number 7 after Ronaldo has flopped.
I mean, okay, like Cavani has only been here for what?
It's bold to say that
a while only,
Cavani
lah.
is a hit, like so fast. I mean, he's not shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's not shit, but-
fair enough. No, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I think Liverpool will be back once Van Dijk is fit.
Oh, definitely, because the
Once your
the problem
midfielders
isn't
move
the
forward,
defense.
right, back to their original positions, right, I think you guys will find your creative touch again. I mean, I know the front three aren't finishing, I think, but when your midfielders who are playing defenders are back into their original positions, at least you guys will create more chances and the forwards are likelier to score.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I would say if Fabinho was in his what he's about
I
to
think
do.
Fabinho can play anywhere from centre back to CDM. I mean, he's just a rock. That day he back pocketed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that day he back pocketed Bruno. Honestly, he was not even in the game. He had one chance, but apart from that, he was rock solid. Honestly, you
That
guys
game,
have no problems
wow.
defensively. Yeah, I mean the game was scrappy, but we had the better chances. We should have taken it. Very disappointing.
Is there any prediction on when Van Dijk is coming back? Is it after the season?
Actually, he's making good progress for ACL for ACL tear. Honestly,
March, right? I think
I
something.
yeah, I think I heard somewhere around March, which is honestly quite insane. He's doing pretty intense training already. Like on his social media and stuff, you can see like he's training like really. He's moving mad, boys. He's moving mad. he's coming soon. He's coming soon.
Yeah, you know, Arteta actually made a pretty good point when we lost to Liverpool at Anfield earlier in this season. He was talking about how we were pressing well as a team, but because of how good Van Dijk is at hitting like 70-yard diagonals, they just beat our press in one swell move. So yeah, so he actually adds to their attack as well.
Yeah. If you keep saying all this, I'm gonna cry.
People don't give credit to Tarun's thought on this. Tarun, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's a good point. What Arteta said, like what Arjun said, he does have quite a strong influence on our attack as well, because he has that ability to pick out Mane, especially. See that quite often on his runs, and I think
Champions League goal against Bayern.
Yeah, precisely. I think that's something we are missing now. We don't have someone to ping those passes. I think Trent is supposed to be filling that role, but he's not been doing great. And Henderson, another player who might be able to do that, is just not doing that. I'm not very sure why. Whether he's just not feeling confident about the passes or he's being instructed not to. That is, I mean, we don't really know why he's not doing it, but he's not. And I think that's something that's lacking quite a bit. Makes us a bit more one-directional when we're going up the field, because we keep going down the flank, especially going down the right flank. It's been quite useless, I would say.
There's a stat
the
about
fullbacks are not
accuracy, right?
recently. Yeah,
Surprising.
I mean,
Robertson
Robertson is having
trend later. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna,
speaking about Salah's goal drought, he's starting against United tonight, so maybe he will score. Who knows? Because you're going to play a super weak team, like not super weak, but like Van der Beek and whatever, still strong. But
honestly, credit where credit is due. Imagine being that good of a player that 5 games without a goal is considered a goal drought. That's actually quite.
He probably will score tonight, lah. So whatever. Anyway.
I mean, that's what you say, bro. What kind of?
I somehow doubt it.
Prefer really not to speak.
What do you mean? We failed to score against Southampton, Burnley,
Newcastle.
And Newcastle.
Wow. You know, when I was watching the highlights, there were like 2 1-on-1s. Just absolutely murdered my
the
FPL.
open goal. It's bad, guys. Honestly. I think like after a certain point, like just the thought that you haven't scored in 400 minutes, I think it sort of like it plays on your mind, honestly. So
I mean, it has to be weighing on the players now that they're not scoring and they're not playing well,
which makes it worse. Like when it rains, it pours. It's really,
I mean, psychological.
I mean, yes, we do. We do hear a lot about how Liverpool mentality monsters and how we can bounce back, and I think this is probably the time that they need to show that they can bounce back.
True.
Because they haven't
And
been
not
in
just-
this situation before, I would say.
I mean, okay,
30 years.
they've made comebacks in games, like inside games. That's fine, but to stop a slump that's been going on over a span of a few matches, that is going to take more of a mindset change and more strength, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. Are we ready to talk about Trent, or does anyone have anything else to say?
Do we have to? I mean,
What do you make of Klopp's behavior
Do
actually?
we have to? What do you think about what?
Hey, isn't
Klopp's
Trent going to
behaviour.
midfield or something?
Oh wait, hold on.
Okay,
Too many
go ahead.
questions. Arjun first.
one question at a time.
No, I was thinking about
ahead.
Klopp's behavior. Do you feel like he's also feeling the pressure now? Because do you see the bus stop in the tunnel with him and Sean Dyche?
Sean Dyche, right?
Yeah. No, okay, but that's different because at halftime, okay, so I think it was Nick Pope. He took a goal kick, and like the first half finished, and the referee blew the whistle. But Fabinho and Barnes were still contesting for the ball, and there was a bit of afters after Fabinho won the header. So like there was some issues going on. I think Klopp was pushing for the Barnes red card, but honestly, VAR was checking for the red card on Fabinho. So it was a lot was happening, and I was I was watching the match and then I was ready to go to the toilet, obviously, like halftime. But I immediately sat down and then like for about 4 or 5 minutes I had no idea what's going on, because I was thinking, oh my god, Barnes is gonna get sent off. Okay, sick. Then we might have some chance of maybe winning the game. And then suddenly they show that VAR is checking red card on Fabinho, and then I shat myself. And then I saw Klopp and Sean Dyche fighting. I mean, it's always gonna happen. I think it's pretty well known that Klopp isn't really the most graceful loser. Sometimes,
Yeah.
not all the times, but sometimes he gets very fired up, and yeah. I really don't think there's much between the Sean Dyche and Klopp fight, honestly.
I think it's just something, it happens in the heat of the moment. We know that Klopp is an emotional manager.
Klopp was fuming throughout the first half, because like I said,
Because they actually have history,
the
because
performances are terrible.
Sky Sports Retro immediately posted a video of Sean Dyche in a press conference like 3 years ago, talking about a very similar situation.
And they're the best at this, actually, Sky Sports Retro.
Yeah.
Whenever something big happens, they always have to go back to 2015 or 2014, where it's Monday Night Football with Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville comparing their their performances and stuff. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Anyone else have anything else to say before I hit you with the trend stats?
Actually, speaking of Klopp's behavior, I wanted to bring up what he said in the recent press conference. I think it was Burnley. It was probably the first time that he's mentioned that he's not getting the transfer targets that he likes because of factors other than because of factors apart from things like player availability or whether the club wants to sell. It's more of whether Liverpool wants to pay the money for it. And I think he said something along the lines of the owners were not willing to spend in a time like this, but that is not going to make Klopp sit down and cry over it.
Yep.
And I don't know, I felt it was quite interesting because it's the first time he's come out and said something like this, and so it's probably something even bigger going on in the background. I don't know, what do you guys think of it?
If that's the case, I won't be fuming, honestly. The man has won you Champions League and Premier League twice in like on the trot, like 2 seasons on the trot, and the least you can do is back him up, and especially when you're in such bad form. I don't think it's like to be fair to them, they have been fantastic owners since day one. At least that's my opinion. They've been fantastic owners since day one. And this is sort of like the first bad thing I'm hearing about them, but I don't know, and I just hope they can get past it, because I really don't want Liverpool to become another club where the rich owners don't back the manager. And I mean, we have an Arsenal fan in the podcast, so
that's
FSG, American as well
about this.
So I mean, speaking of rich owners not spending, Arjun, what's your thoughts?
Honestly, it isn't the amount of funds that's the biggest problem. It's what the board choose to do with those funds. I mean, we've just handed Willian a 3-year contract. He's our second highest earning.
Oh my god!
I mean, our recruitment has been very hit and miss. Sometimes we got like Kieran Tierney for like 25 million, very good purchase, and then we go and get Pepe for 72 million when we could have gotten Wilfred Zaha, a PL proven player. A player who has supported Arsenal since childhood for a similar price. I think we have to get back to the basics and also maybe center our recruitment around getting players from within the league or maybe even down to the championship. Because if you look at Aston Villa, they've had success doing that as well. Ollie Watkins was the championship player. He's adapted very well. Bamford, obviously he promoted along with Leeds. But, there was a lot of criticism about him being a championship level player. He's since gone on to prove everybody wrong. So there might be value in looking at championship players. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think about Odegaard signing, actually?
The hat-trick against Liverpool still stings. First half hat-trick.
The brace against Arsenal also stings equally.
Oh, bro.
And he's an Arsenal. Guess what? Good. Ollie Watkins is an Arsenal fan as well. Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Brilliant. But let's go and get Willian, bro.
Yeah,
he's looking for his next big payday.
Willian is...
Useless.
He's not a football player. I'm convinced.
I see more movement in a wax museum than freaking Willian. Just kidding.
Jesus.
Expressions.
Okay, I think we should move on to the next topic, guys.
Yes, something.
Okay, next topic. I mean, what? I'm still hung up on the trend.
Oh, we haven't even started our
That's the
trend.
next topic.
Yeah, the trend is the
I'm
next
telling
topic.
you, the episode is not ending before I talk about trend stats. Dude, okay. Get a load of this, okay? 17 appearances, 4 clean sheets. 4 clean sheets. That's sort of like a defense thing. I can look past it. Goals conceded 21, tackles 20. Where are the stats I'm looking for? That's right. How many assists should a player like Trent have at this point in the season?
He overperformed, so for
That's
right back,
true.
he
No,
shouldn't
no.
be getting that many assists. So
Okay, fine.
For-
But give me a realistic expectation.
I think
17 appearances. Keep in mind Liverpool play
Okay,
the style where the
that's
fullbacks are
5 at least.
I
Okay.
would
I would
say
think
like
5.
8 or 9 maybe. Yeah.
I'll say 7
8 or 9 in 17.
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Any other guesses?
7 or 8 for me.
2.
Oh wow.
He has 2 assists in 17 appearances. And for me, okay, it's like the past 5 games he's been really bad, but I just feel this season as a whole he hasn't been up there.
Yeah.
I saw a
like-
stat the other day. He said 38 crosses, 1 completed, right? I feel like sometimes the
What, against Burnley?
like apparently he crossed the ball in 38 times and only 1 time it met a player of the same team.
Okay, so for
But,
I think
yeah.
you're talking about Burnley. Against Burnley, the team collectively had I think they had 38 crosses, but only 2 reached our own
2
player.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Trent
okay,
had
that's bad.
22.
And out of those 38 crosses, 22 were from Trent, and I think only 1 reached our player. So
Yeah, he made 1.
yeah, it's bad. It's not all about stats though. I think if you watch the games and everything, his decision making is just not there. Like, I hope he can find his footing, because honestly, since his debut for Liverpool, this is the first time I'm really thinking like, oh, okay, Trent is playing quite badly. So it's important for him to. I hope he just keeps his head down and eventually he'll come out of it. Our form is temporary.
I mean, to be
Who's
fair,
your
he's-
other? Who's your
To be
other guy?
fair,
Nico
Robbo has been
Williams.
doing quite well, right?
yeah.
In
Robertson.
in contrast
same
to Trent, because
Yes.
especially
yes.
in his
If you-
absence, like your attack was even, I won't say lopsided, but a bit reliant on him, similar to how Arsenal are reliant on Tierney on the left side.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. But even for Robertson, I mean, it's not, the numbers aren't. They're good for a fullback, I'm sure. But I'm just trying to pull up the stats.
Speaking of fullbacks, I
and
just have
do
to say that
Robertson.
Shaw is playing very well.
Yes,
Just have to
second.
put it out
second.
there. Just have to put it out
Yes,
there.
definitely.
He's still in.
Maybe you should bring in. You should bring in another.
Salah
right
is still
back,
in his back
Maybe-
pocket.
PK, I
Who in his
think
back
Liverpool
pocket?
should bring in another right back, because once Telles reached United, right, suddenly Shaw was like, okay, someone there to compete with me. I need to do well. Trent is like, okay, this is my position. No one's going to compete with me. For the past 4 years, he's been like nailed to that position, right? So if you bring in someone, maybe it will boost his performance. I don't know.
To be fair, I think
Trent's
he's
been playing for us for 4 years. Oh wow.
no,
would
like to
say,
be
yeah.
fair, I think he set
Yeah,
too high
I think
expectations.
it's 4 years. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it's been around
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
long time.
No, I think
Holy shit.
Is
that's
Nico
actually
Williams
quite
still
crazy.
being looked at as the long term right back, or how has his performance been this
okay.
season?
He's kind of he's a potential Alberto Moreno. I mean, make of that what you will. like as in no as in he's like going forward he's actually quite good defensively. Sometimes he gets caught out, but I think with experience he'll get better. Ideally, I'm one of those people who wants Trent to play in midfield, like right mid. I think that'll be amazing. Like if you lessen his, I mean
Defensive,
already his
yeah.
defensive, his defensive responsibilities are not as high right now. But I think if you bring it even further down, I think he can contribute a lot more upfront. That's just how I feel. But yeah, but the reality is, Trent is not performing as well this season. And hopefully he can get it back up. Hopefully tonight maybe he might start. Who knows?
to be fair, I think a player of his quality will eventually come through. I feel like he set himself too high standards, and I think the guesses on 7 and 8 assists, like if it was any other right back, I mean, no one would place that kind of expectation
Yeah.
on him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just because
Isn't he in the
it's
team of
Trent,
the
yeah.
year for like the World FIFA team of the year? Or is it
Yeah,
Robertson?
yeah.
I know
No,
one
no.
of them were in the.
No,
Yeah.
Alfonso Davies and this guy.
Yeah.
Alfonso Davies
I mean,
and Reds were
yeah.
the
And-
fullbacks.
I'm pretty sure Trent was up there with Davies. And that's crazy for someone so young. But
He's only 22, right?
yeah.
So like, can't be too overly critical about him.
Yeah.
They're going to go through up
But-
and
but-
downs. Like no matter how
But you have to
talented he
call
is.
out bad form when you see it.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. The like I said, I mean the stats just drive home the point, but really when you watch the games, you can see that something is just not right. Like the decision making it's just not there.
Do you think he will play today, BK? Or
Do I hope he does? I mean, whatever. It's the FA Cup, is it? So like,
I mean, the thing is, you have to consider the alternative. If he doesn't play, Nico Williams plays, and I'm not sure who I would rather have.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good point, but right now bro, I mean, put James Milner at right back, bro. If you don't want to play Nico Williams,
Okay,
play
yeah,
James
that's-
Milner at right back.
Why not move Trent into
the guy
centre
is-
mid now?
Actually, I have a question to the Liverpool fans. Would you guys play your first team against United today?
We have
I
we have
would.
Spurs on Friday.
Yeah, but would you all prioritize the cup or
I
the...
think
That's a hard no.
Spurs is a bigger game, right?
Yeah, Spurs is a
the
bigger game.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know. But it's 5 days lah. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
boys, we have
that's-
Spurs on Friday. It's not good.
I think there's a decent bit of time to rest.
I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure Salah is starting according to.
Yeah. I read that also. There are
Yeah.
reports that Salah will start.
Yeah,
But
I think it makes sense given that he was rested against Burnley, right?
okay,
yeah,
not-
I think.
yeah, correct. Which is, I mean, okay, that's another thing. I feel like Klopp didn't give Burnley enough respect, starting with Origi and who was the other person we started with?
Ox on
Sorry,
the
I'm,
wing.
Ox.
I
think Ox, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ox on the left wing.
Or Shaqiri in
So-
centre mid as well.
Right wing. I think.
Yeah.
And Shaqiri is centre mid, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't remember. I've been actively trying to remove that game from my memory. It's not working, guys. It's just the worst.
I think we should ask a
at
simple
least-
question of why Shaqiri didn't start on the wing and Ox in centre mid.
Yeah, actually that's a very good point.
That's facts. That's
I still don't know what's
straight facts,
Ox's
but-
like position. Like honestly,
Nobody knows. I don't think
centre
even
mid
he
lah.
knows.
I think centre mid.
At
I
one
think
point,
centre
centre
mid.
mid.
at one point I was playing left back for Wenger. I like quite confused. Like what's his actual?
Yeah, he was playing wing back.
He was playing right wing back.
yeah, right.
And,
wing back.
five at the back.
And funny enough, that was his best patch of form with us. Weirdly enough.
Actually,
Then he
he's-
went
he's-
to Liverpool. He had a few decent runs of form, I think, with Liverpool, but as
Oh yeah,
always,
he
injury.
had a
prone.
very good 17-18 campaign.
Yeah, which is the thing I told Tarun and BK like way back. I mean, I'm sad to lose a player of his talent, but at the same time, I feel like because of his injury record, even if he's still able to produce, he won't be able to produce it on a consistent basis, such that he becomes a significant player for them.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, moving on. Anyone have anything else to say about Liverpool and their absolutely terrible form?
I
No,
just
I
have to
think
point
we're
out
done.
that they're probably still in the title race. Don't discount them.
Yeah, of course.
Like
6
6
points
points
behind
six
United.
points behind doesn't mean anything, honestly.
21 in 2021, top of the league.
Especially this season, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's-
that's very true. That's very true.
that is what I think to myself and sort of
Console yourself.
tell myself, console myself, tell myself that it's going to be okay. It's like, oh, imagine the hype if we actually win the title from here. But like everyone says, City's probably going to run away with it.
Yeah. If they get Haaland, I think it's done. But anyway, that's another topic. Okay.
That's for the summer, I think.
Yeah.
They probably get a striker. But anyway, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now for the game against one more time back to Liverpool, but the game against Burnley actually got me thinking, because Liverpool are trying their best to play attacking football as much as possible. Like they don't ever like park the bus or anything, and Burnley are the complete opposite. Burnley are like I don't know if
I get what you
saying
mean.
they-
Yeah.
I
Parking
don't know if
the bus.
saying they play conservative football is the right word, but
I think that's an understatement.
they play football that Mourinho will be proud of. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like peak bus parking Mourinho. But yeah, I mean, that got me thinking. So in terms of football and the way it is today, right? Which style of play do you think, like in terms of style of play, like what should teams go for? Like as a fan, like do you think it should be results, or like should they aim for the results or aim for the watchability? Like you can park the bus and get a 0-0 draw against everyone in the league. Any team against anyone in the league can get a 0-0 draw by parking the bus. But would you rather see that, or would you rather see like a 5-4 game? What do you guys think? Are results more important, or is watchability more important for you guys personally?
Okay, I'll go first. So basically, for me, right, I feel right, football is always pandered towards the working class, because that's the main bulk of the audience watching. People who are coming back from work, coming back from school, blah blah blah, coming back from university. So people watch for entertainment. So if you're going to go there and be parking the bus, it's counterproductive to those who pay the tickets or like pay the subscription or whatever and go and watch the game. And personally, I feel like what you said, if it's let's say it's a 5-4 game versus a 1-0 game, essentially the net is the same, right? Essentially you win by a goal. But you can park the bus and win by 1-0, or you can play expensive attacking football and win by 5-4. But eventually the 5-4 game is more entertaining, although you get the same result as the 1-0 game. So what I feel is, personally for me, definitely the expensive football is better, which is why I love Leeds.
Wait a minute!
Okay.
They're my second team.
Okay.
But, yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But when it doesn't work out, I mean, just playing.
Yeah, when it doesn't work out, the same thing happened like Leeds against United. You saw how we walloped them. But I mean, I think I personally agree with Pramod also. Like, but the reasons like maybe slightly different. I feel like you are likely to enjoy success with playing that kind of expensive football. That's what I personally feel. Like, I mean, you see, I think arguably the best manager of our generation is Sir Alex, and his philosophy was playing attacking football, and I think that has served him well for the long term. Even, I mean, okay, I'm no disrespect to Mourinho. I think his record is fantastic. I mean, he won the Champions League with Porto, he won the Champions League with Real Madrid. Sorry, they even the Champions League with Real Madrid.
He did.
Inter, the treble.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean his
Chelsea,
record.
Forgot Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea, yeah, of course, Chelsea. His points per game ratio is the best for any Chelsea manager. So I mean, yeah, definitely you have that argument. But I feel like, in terms of if you can get results and watchability at the same time, obviously you'll go for someone like Ferguson. But if you just purely for results, then definitely Mourinho is a man. So personally, I think for every football fan, they want to see that their team play good football. So I would say watchability probably triumphs over results.
Yeah.
Like if you know you're going to lose, right? Why don't you lose by playing well? You know what I mean? Like what Leeds is against United. They know they're going to lose. They know they are down by don't know how many goals, but they still play like as if they are, winning or whatever. Like they still, so why not?
I mean, if you're down by a few goals, then sure, you don't have anything to lose. But when the score is 0-0 and it's like 45 minutes left to go, you're playing against a team with a lot more quality than you. You are going to want to play defensively. Like you don't want to lose 1 point, which can be very, very valuable to you in the relegation battle or mid-table fight or whatever.
I think it depends on the ambitions of the club as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
If you are talking about winning the Premier League title, then I would agree with Pramod and Vikas, because if you look at the title winners in recent years or even just across the history of football, most of them play very, very good football. And they play football and they win football matches by just putting the opponents to the sword. And it's with the exception of Mourinho, I guess.
I'd like to point out how the Liverpool fan was the one who was stressing the importance about 1 point, because we know the pain. We've been there.
Of
18-19.
Oof. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. It was hard.
Yeah. Wait. Just to roll it back, actually, Pramod, I wanted to ask you one thing. Like just now, did you say that Mourinho won the Champions League with Chelsea?
No, I meant like he had like a very good record with Chelsea, like the 86 match unbeaten run, all that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sick. No, just wondering, because it wasn't Mourinho who won the Champions League with Chelsea, right?
It was Di Matteo.
Yeah, Di Matteo.
Yeah.
And he got sacked after that,
He
right?
got sacked the window after. Yeah.
They are
Okay,
brutal. Chelsea are brutal.
Chelsea,
Conte,
I'm surprised
Conte
Lampard is
won
still in the job.
league in the first season. Then won the FA Cup the next season. Still got sacked.
Which is
Actually-
why Lampard's job maybe. on
Actually,
the-
yeah, okay, that's
on
a
the
good
stick, but
topic.
whatever.
Speaking of getting, yeah, just speaking of getting sacked, right? Like, who do you think is actually gonna get sacked first in the league?
Lampard.
Really?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
I don't know, I mean-
That's
This guy,
that's fast.
get him out of the podcast, lah.
Okay, no, I'm just joking. But yeah,
I actually
Ole
think
Gunnar
Steve
Solskjaer.
Bruce actually.
Actually,
The way
yeah,
he's
that's a
going
good.
against
That's a
Newcastle.
good.
Steve
one.
Bruce, that's a good.
He hasn't
How
won in
about-
10
Yeah.
games apparently.
possible.
So
Yeah.
that's
I
all.
feel like Lampard will at least get the rest of the season, and then maybe if after that they're not anywhere near the top 4, or if they don't reach the top 4, I still feel that he'll get sacked because there are probably some other better managers.
I have heard 3 names, and for some reason, none of them seem to be Chris Wilder. Why?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, actually that's a good
That
one.
was my
He
first
did
choice
well
as
for Sheffield United, but
Yeah,
That is-
and I
he
feel
has-
like
but
they will, even if they, because now, right, let's be honest, even if they bring in a different manager, they're still going to get relegated. The gap is
That's
already
true.
too
Okay,
big.
yeah,
And-
that's a fair point.
And
Like,
Chris
right now-
Wilder has credentials in the championship, so they could be like a yo-yo club like your Norwich and come back the next season.
Yeah.
I mean, Norwich
Yeah.
are
But-
top of the championship now.
But imagine, like, think of if you're in the board's position, if you are a member in Sheffield United's board, right? What you'll be thinking is, like, you won't be thinking that Chris Wilder actually is amazing in the championship. You'll be thinking, what if we become the next Leeds, or worse, the next Sunderland? Because,
But do
Leeds
Sheffield
went
United
down-
have the same history as Sunderland or Leeds? No, they don't.
no, but I don't really think that. Sort of. I mean, what Leeds? Cantona used to play for Leeds, and they spent how many years in the championship? Like, I feel history goes out the window. But currently, you look at form right now. My question is, why aren't they? No, actually, my question isn't. Why should Chris Wilder be sacked now? It's sort of like, why didn't they sack him when they were 10 games in?
Yeah, I think
I
that
agree.
I think
When
that
they-
window
when
of
they had a
opportunity is
glimmer of
gone,
hope.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I still feel that they should sack him. I mean, 5 points from 19 games is kind of unacceptable, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't want to run my mouth too quickly, but is that the worst? I know Derby have the worst Premier League points total at the end of the team.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. Does anyone know how many points they got?
No clue.
Okay, wait. Let me check.
I'm also checking.
Worst points Premier League. Fewest points Derby County 11.
11. I mean, they're
So,
not far away.
okay. So just saying the way that Sheffield United are going right now, they'll end up with 10 points.
Wait, Derby County had 11 points.
Yep.
No, Derby County had 11 points in the entire season.
Wow.
They got relegated. 07-08.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So going by points per game, I would
Yeah,
say
they will end up with-
Sheffield
Yeah,
Sheffield
yeah.
are on route to break the record.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus. So like that's what I'm saying, and that is after they won against Newcastle. By the way, had they lost that, they'll be on 2 points. So
Yeah, I mean, that was the first win
I
of the
think,
season, right?
yeah.
it was their
Yeah.
first win of the season. Like okay, the point I'm trying to drive across is it's not 5 points with like 5 draws. They've had 2 draws and 1 win, and 1-0 win.
Mm.
Was it a penalty? I think it was a penalty,
I
right?
forgot, honestly.
I think so.
So the
yeah.
thing
Yeah,
is-
it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I think it's
Yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Sharp.
I mean,
Billy Sharp penalty.
Yeah.
The thing
it's a penalty.
Arjun said just now, right, about them being a yo-yo club. But even if you look at the yo-yo clubs, right, they don't trust their manager as much to actually keep them on the job until they get relegated.
No, but
That's
if,
fair.
if you look
Yeah.
if you look at Norwich, right, they still have Daniel Farke as the manager. If you look at Bournemouth, obviously Eddie Howe spent a few more seasons in the Premier League, but I think they're still sticking with him, if I'm not wrong. Or has he been gone? Has he gone?
Eddie Howe is gone already.
Eddie Howe is gone. Eddie Howe will
Okay, then
definitely get a
Daniel
job
Farke,
at
I
the
guess.
Premier.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were saying how I think Vikas was saying how they should stick with Chris Wilder because like they're already 19 games in.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
didn't say that actually. I thought they should sack him, honestly.
Arjun said
Yeah,
that.
Arjun
sorry,
said that.
yeah, who said that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I was kind of wondering what would happen if they sort of had a miracle turnaround, and then I looked at their next 5 fixtures. They have United next, and then they are playing City, and then they are playing West Brom, and then Chelsea, and then West Ham.
Oh, beautiful.
I do not think that
Yeah. If they get
I
3
don't-
points out of the next 15, that'll be quite incredible.
3 points out of the next 15. Surprisingly, not so hard to do actually. If you're Liverpool, but
I mean, they should lose to United. I mean, I'm not saying definitely, but they should.
Bro,
lose
I
to
don't
City.
see them. I don't even see them getting a point out of that. To be honest,
Maybe West
Like the next
Brom
five.
and West Ham. Maybe I don't know. Some shock.
West Ham
upset.
surely not.
No,
Not
West
West
Ham.
Ham.
I know.
Way they are getting a point at West Ham.
Yeah.
To be honest, I see them pulling off a result against one of the big clubs. Like one.
They almost like drew with City. You know, the first game they played, like it was just 1-0. It was just a Kyle Walker, like what I said, like individual moment of brilliance. That's about it. Honestly, they.
So are you gonna
they
say
didn't really play
sack?
that well.
Are you gonna say
But,
Pep
yeah.
should be sacked now?
No, I mean that's not my point.
That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
There is, but honestly, a club like Man City will sack Pep if they get impatient of.
To be fair,
Like,
they've
waiting
backed
for
him
him
all
in the
the way.
Champions League.
Pep is a
Despite like a
failure.
slow start to the.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
go ahead. Okay, never mind.
No, as in.
Ramo, that's I think that's your third hot take of this episode.
That's absolutely fraudulent.
He's a failure, guys. He's a failure.
I mean, if he wins the title this year, do you think he'll get more time? I mean, he just extended his contract, right?
They're not going to sack. I mean, who do
yeah.
they get? Thing is, you sack
Yeah.
Pep. Who are you going to get? Who are you going to get him to? Who are you going to get to replace Pep? Pep is very hard to replace.
And who will replicate his level of football and as well the results that go along with it?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah,
get
that's-
200 million to spend in the summer. What kind of manager?
Yeah, I mean that's how he is, because he needs to play such a complex level of football. He needs the premium players to.
But what
pull it
has he
off.
done beyond Manuel Pellegrini that makes you think that he has not been a failure? Other than the Centurion season, other than the 198 point season in 198 points in 2 seasons, all that. Yeah.
I'm not
That's
fully
what-
convinced on him as well. Like
It's a very interesting conversation, but I think we should actually
That's the
save this
sidetracking.
topic. No. It's nothing to do with sidetracking. I'm just saying we should save it for a certain Man City fan to come onto this podcast.
Oh yeah.
I wait for him to come. And
No,
then
but
we
he will speak with emotions, not logic. That's the thing.
Not,
I still want to listen to
immediately
it.
shots are fired.
I still want to listen to it.
Wow.
Immediately shots are
Bro,
fired. I think
the guy hasn't even come to the.
you have to give him some time. At least wait for him to be on the show before you.
He's still tying his laces.
Just slanging him off. Brilliant. Okay, boys. Okay, we were talking about Chris Wilder, and Chris Wilder will get sacked. Is more likely to get sacked before Lampard. Correct? Does everyone agree?
Yeah, most
Like
likely.
Chris Wilder will get
yeah,
sacked
probably.
first.
But Chelsea will
I
actually
actually
Or
think
do you think-
I think they'll stick with them, even though
Yeah,
it might
same.
not be the right
I also
decision.
think they will stick with him. I don't know why, but I feel like
Because
Chelsea are
if
known
they haven't
for
sacked him by now, right, then there's really no point sacking him like any point season. At least see
And
how it
also-
goes in the first few games of the championship. And if they show the form that they showed last season, then I think they might stick with him.
yeah,
Mhm.
probably.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. What else? I think that's all in terms of topics. Actually, about Lampard. Sorry, what was the last point that you guys made? Like you guys were saying something.
Oh, I think I just said something like Chelsea are known for like sacking their clubs. They don't wait for. They don't give chances. They don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe
you're right.
I read something about maybe they already decided that they're going to sack him. It's just they can't find a replacement, so they're just holding the position. It could be just that, honestly. But yeah.
Actually, not a, I mean, true.
Yeah.
Might be true actually.
Yeah, actually, that's true. There's sort of a scarcity for good managers after Pochettino went to PSG, which is also another move that I find absolutely ridiculous. There's no sense in it whatsoever.
What Poch to
I would have
PSG.
taken him at United, honestly, for Ole.
Wait.
But-
Sorry, BK. When you say ridiculous, are you talking about Poch going or Tuchel getting sacked?
Bit of both, actually. Both. Like, I think Poch is not suited for PSG in any way.
Why not? Why not actually?
Why not?
I-
Why not actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys are gonna be thinking tactics wise, but I'm not thinking that way. I'm thinking in a way that Poch is kind of the guy he's in a way he's like Klopp. He takes a project, you know what I mean? Like he builds a team, and then he pushes for silverware. So the thing about that is, the good thing about that is when you have all these players that you bring in, they are no name at first, and then they slowly start to grow. You can keep their ego in check as it grows. But when you immediately walk into a dressing room with Neymar and Mbappe and
Di Maria.
there's no more Cavani. Yeah, Di
Icardi.
Maria. All these like
Yeah.
Icardi, all these like big ego players, right? It's gonna be hard for him to handle them. I think their managers tailored for that. People like Mourinho are like tailored for that kind of big job.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel Poch will. That's the reason why Tuchel suffered also. Why I think he had a spat with Neymar in the dressing room and everything. Like there's a lot goes on behind the scenes in that club. Like it's too. I just feel it's not the right club for Pochettino. I can name about 3. I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of other clubs that
It's okay. We
that
won't
will
ask you
take
to
him.
name any names.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
We won't ask you to name any. It's fine. You can make all the claims you like.
I won't say anything unless I can back it.
No sweeping
No,
statement.
to be fair, we don't know how Poch is going to perform until we give him the time.
Yeah.
He already
hasn't
won a
had the
trophy
chance.
in 11 days.
Yeah, as in to be fair, he won.
Like I said, the performance is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when it goes bad, because it eventually will. Every club goes through that initial patch of, or maybe you drew 3 games in a row or you lost 3 in a row. So what's going to happen then? If Poch goes to Neymar and actually like, can he actually go and give him the hair dryer treatment? Can he say that, oh Neymar, you're not pulling your weight, provided Neymar has a bad game or what lah? How do you think that's going to end? Because I don't see the owners favor the players in the club. It's been proven time and time again. Because the players, they sell shirts, they give better performances, they win you silverware, everything. The manager is expendable. For PSG at least. I'm talking about PSG. So they are very, I don't want to say materialistic, but they are very fixed in where their priorities lie. I don't think they back them. They back the manager financially, but when it comes between player or manager, I think they always pick player, and that's why Tuchel was sacked.
Do you feel
That's
like
just my
the
opinion.
profile of PSG as a club is actually quite similar to Man City, because they've been very dominant in the leagues in recent history?
I would say they are worse than Man City.
Yeah.
But they're both going for the
They
Champions League.
they ruined the
That's why
transfer
there's
market
such
for
an
the
expensive start.
entire. They ruined the transfer market for everyone. Like, I mean, thankfully we bought Salah before that. I mean, we bought Salah for 36 million, and then the Neymar transfer happens, and then suddenly Salah is worth 130 million. So like it's crazy. I mean, what, Newcastle are buying Joe Linton for 40 million? Like, I mean, you imagine like 5 years ago, if someone says that, oh, Newcastle are gonna buy a player for 40 million, everyone will laugh at your face, thinking like Mike Ashley will never spend that kind of money. But now it has come to the point where he has to spend that kind of money. But slowly the market is recovering. But I will never forgive PSG for doing that. It didn't affect me in any way, but I still think it's dodgy.
Yeah.
No, but because of that, now you can sell Salah or whoever to Madrid for like exorbitant prices if he's leaving this window lah.
Yeah, but what's the point if you have to buy at exorbitant prices also?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but at least,
do you
at
feel
least
like-
you can definitely sell him for more than 36 million lah. So he will definitely make a huge profit. So
Yeah, that's true.
But do you feel like the effect of COVID has kind of settled the market a bit? Like people are really, like clubs are really willing to splash
because
out.
clubs are like more reluctant to buy.
yeah,
Actually, it might be
coming
a
from
thing in that sense.
a United fan knows the pain. We were so close to getting Sancho, so it's probably
That's
I
We'll probably
highly
still live with
believe
him.
that next season or whatever, some other club will go for him. We only had the upper hand this season because of COVID, and we are so financially stable that we can go. But yeah, COVID.
Who knows, if
kind of
United
messed
win
it
the
up.
title, he might want to come.
Yeah. He's not particularly playing that well, also, right? Honestly.
To be honest, I think if
Who knows?
United win the title, even Pogba might consider staying. I can see that if we win the title, but yeah, it's still a long way to go.
21 in 2021, boys. It's coming home.
Yep. I hope
And
not.
then Ole will get set according to Prabhu.
Imagine Liverpool win their first title in 30 years. The next year, Man United go and do it.
Oh, it'll be
I
fun.
will. Please.
With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
This is-
a Norwegian PE teacher who got relegated with Cardiff City, wins the league in 2021.
That'll be
What
some
a turnaround,
headlines.
You know he got relegated with Cardiff City, and we chose him as a freaking. Whatever. Moving on.
I tell you, if United win the title this year, this is the timeline that Thanos snapped up. This is the timeline that shouldn't exist. Honestly, it is the darkest timeline. Like in so many ways, because this is Liverpool's chance to equal United in terms of league titles. We are on 19, they are on 20. If we win this year, it will be 2020 at least. Like finally, like I wouldn't say we can shut up Man U fans, like no one has been able to shut up Man U fans for many years.
All of your childhood
just-
got ruined because of me and Vikas's endeavors in football.
Bro, the amount of there was a website, like it was called things that have happened since Liverpool last won the league.com. I'm glad that website doesn't exist anymore. The Sleepy G memes.
Oh yes.
2011 Liverpool with Jay Spearing.
Yes.
Yeah, Jay Spearing and and Raul Mireles. I mean, I lived through that era just to see us live the Premier League, and then
Don't forget the big front three of Borini, Balotelli, and
Stewart Downing.
Ricky Lambert.
So down Ricky
Lazar
Lambert.
Markovic.
Lazar.
No, wait.
Skirtle and Sako at the back, boys.
Balotelli, Ricky Lambert, and who was the last one? Balotelli, Ricky Lambert. Markovic. Balotelli, Ricky Lambert, and Markovic, and Borini.
Borini.
That was
No,
peak.
Borini. Yes.
That was 24. But he's doing well at Milan right now.
I don't
Decent.
know.
Yeah,
he
he
is.
He's
Decent. Yeah.
Borini is playing with Zlatan, bro, ripping up the Serie A.
Damn.
Dallo is also playing with Zlatan, by the way. United stand.
Oh yeah, the loan right.
Dude is coming back to become the best right back in the league. Trent, watch your ass. Anyway,
How about
moving
Damian? Damian is an Inter.
Damian is we sold already. Yeah, Inter.
so-
Damian was never good enough for the club. That's what I personally feel.
Yeah, Damian was a flop.
Okay,
Damian,
boys,
Schneiderlin.
we are slowly running out of time, so I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna move on to our weekly segments. These are segments that we'll be doing weekly as each podcast comes out. I'm gonna start with a segment called Football Mythbusters. So we're gonna take a football myth that a lot of people believe to be true and tell you exactly why it's not so. And today our myth for today will be given by Arjun. So Arjun, take it away, please.
Yeah, so this myth is quite well known within the Arsenal fan base, but I think football fans generally know this myth, which is how Arsenal fans scapegoated Olivier Giroud for the 15-16 season where Leicester won the title. So Giroud went on this 15 game run without goals, and a lot of people said that was the reason why we lost the title. But
Y'all came
if you look-
second, right? I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
came
they came
second.
second.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we were like 7 or 8 points behind Leicester. So maybe with a better striker, that's the argument, that with a better striker we would have closed that gap and potentially won the title.
Yep.
But if you look at the stats, he only missed 2 big chances in that 15 game run, and neither of those chances were created by Ozil. And that's also another part of the myth, that Giroud was wasting all of Ozil's chances. But Ozil was actually quite ineffective during that period as well, creatively speaking. And if you look at that entire season, the combined goals and assists, Ozil has 24 and Giroud had 22. So, yeah, it's honestly just this habit that Arsenal fans have gotten themselves into of scapegoating one player for just that the team wasn't good enough to win the title and we weren't consistent enough. If you remember, when we were playing Leicester at the Emirates, we were 5 points behind at halftime because Vardy scored a penalty and we were 1-0 down. And then do you remember when Danny Welbeck scored that header?
Yes.
Yep,
I remember watching it live.
So that cut the gap to 2 points. The next week we go to Old Trafford, I think. We play United. And here's the thing, we are playing United with a strike force composed of a teenager who is just 19 years old. Guess who it is?
19 years old.
Oh.
19, who was it?
Was that the game where Rashford made his debut against Arsenal?
Yes,
Is that the
yes.
game?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That was I love that game.
Yeah.
Two
So
goals,
we
he scored a
considered
brace,
2
right?
against someone who was making his debut, and we lost
Yeah.
3-1. And since then we just never recovered. So honestly the problems went beyond our goal scorers and just the mentality as a team. I don't think we
Yeah,
ever
I was
really
actually
believed that we
getting to
could
that.
win the title.
I was getting to that because I think back during the 15-16 season, like now that you say it, right, it's actually quite impressive that you guys finished second above teams like City and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just like it's dawning on me that I feel like your club's priorities in terms of the fan base, at least I'm not talking about the football club itself,
Yes.
but their priorities were totally different because they wanted Wenger out, right?
Right.
They wanted Wenger out, and they just use any reason to sort of blame Wenger.
Yeah, there was definitely a very strong movement pushing Wenger out. But to be fair to them, during that season, they were quite well behaved. Because there wasn't really any reason for them to complain, because we were actually in the title race for once. So yeah, that would have been a weird time for them to pipe up about Wenger. And the thing is, in the end, we didn't win, so maybe their criticisms were warranted.
But in my memory, 15-16 was the Wenger in o'clock, Wenger out o'clock season. It was just like Wenger in, Wenger out, Wenger in, Wenger out.
Yeah,
like,
that's just them being
that's the
fickle.
season,
That's
right?
the thing.
Yeah.
Wenger out, Wicked.
But it was never at the. It hadn't hit the boiling point yet. You know, if you know what I mean. Like it was still relatively stable compared to what we saw like the season where we finished out of the top 4 for the first time. That was when it really. Like
He finished in
all
the
hell
top 4,
broke loose.
16 years in a row, is it? Or more than that?
20 plus, I think.
Since
really?
he came, I think 90.
No, not
No,
2016.
His
Something
first
like
full season was the first year we finished in the top 4. Yeah.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just
that's-
one
that's
more
good.
point, extending. There was also another common criticism among the fan base for Giroud, which was that he used to disappear in European games. And to be fair, is quite reasonable. But I just wanted to talk about his since then when he's joined Chelsea now. I think he's actually evolved as a player because his output has been the best it's ever been. And
His
I just thought-
national team record is also quite high. Again, like just
yeah,
behind
he's
Henry
the second highest top scorer. Yeah, with 43 if I'm not wrong. So he's only 7 behind. And if you look at his European stats, so Olivier Giroud in Europe for Chelsea, 16 starts, 17 goals and 5 assists. So only Messi and Lewandowski have scored more goals than Giroud in Europe since 2018-19 when he joined Chelsea.
Yeah. I was
that's
actually
crazy.
gonna go to that point. You say that Giroud goes missing in European games. That was true until it wasn't. Until Baku 2019.
Yes, of course. I mean, that was just
it a hat trick that match?
it was.
Remember?
I think he only scored one, but I think he assisted another. If I'm not, he scored the opening goal, which just really broke open the floodgates.
He only scored once.
Or did he score twice? I can't remember.
I think he scored
because
twice.
I
scored
stopped
twice.
watching after the first goal because I just knew it was going to happen.
It was like 4-1, right? Yeah, he scored twice, I think.
Yeah, it was 4-1. And Hazard scored
He scored twice.
Scored also, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
There's
just,
a scarcity for like those strikers nowadays. I feel like
Yeah,
those out
target
and out
man,
number
right?
9 target man. Like I would say there's only a
target
few
man.
like Cavani, this kind. Maybe Liverpool can consider signing someone like a target man. Not
was
Giroud,
actually-
but
Yeah,
someone
I
like a
think
Giroud.
it.
Benteke, yeah.
Okay, I don't think. I mean, okay, yeah. It's always good to have a target man on your bench.
yeah.
Actually, right now our target man is
Origi,
kind of
right?
like Origi, yeah. But
AC Milan just signed Mandzukic. I mean, that could have
it's
been a good option, honestly.
Actually, Mandzukic is a solid option for you guys.
Mandzukic is his class, actually, honestly. Yeah. He's overlooked, but he's actually a very good player.
He's very underrated.
Yeah.
sorry, running it back to the Baku 2019 final, Giroud scored once and Hazard scored twice.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, Iwobi scored our one goal.
Yeah. It's
I
a
think
Pretty
that was
good goal,
the-
to be fair.
Yeah.
I think that was the game that Arsenal lost your European pedigree. Like it's a sort of a London derby. The whole world is watching. You're supposed to be good in
yeah.
the Champions League. You have known
To be fair, we never
be
really
for-
had much of a pedigree. I mean, you can't really say you have a pedigree when you haven't won a Champions League.
No, I'm saying consistently 22 years in the
Yeah, I get what you
Champions
mean.
League,
I
that
get
kind
what
of
you
thing
mean.
is-
Yeah. Like, we at least had the pedigree that we are a consistent team that would be in Europe. Like the highest tier of European competition.
You can't get slapped 4-1 in a final. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a bit-
unacceptable. Honestly, it's just, it was very, very infuriating.
You just lost your status as but
Yeah, and then we just did the usual thing, which was to hound the manager, even though it was very clear to see that the biggest problem is on the pitch, and it still is. A lot of the players that play in the final are still in our club, and we're just only beginning to clear them out.
or the dead wood, right?
Yeah,
So there you have it, guys. Giroud was actually pretty good in the 15-16 season, it turns out. So that's for all you Giroud haters out there.
yeah. Arsenal fan
Okay, the
Martin,
next-
Arsenal. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, apparently there's a myth that he runs like a donkey. Is that true or not, Arjun?
What?
Is that really what you want to discuss here right now?
I mean, I know he likes to do the scorpion also.
Oh,
No,
yes.
it's actually a thing. Among Arsenal fans, you all call him like he's the.
No, we call
he's
him
a
we call him
donkey or
12 million
something.
lamppost.
Oh, okay. I heard about the donkey thing before. So
Yeah, it's just
How does
fans
one
are.
run like a donkey, by the way?
Yeah,
like because
I'm
he's
having
tall
trouble
and big
picturing
and
that.
slow, right? So I don't know.
That's a donkey.
Yeah.
Which donkey is tall?
Like
I'm
And
just
slow.
this podcast this episode is going way off track. Right
wait,
now.
actually, is Giroud even slow, or is that a myth also?
No, he is
Oh
slow.
my.
He is slow. That's that.
Okay.
His game isn't based
Find
off
out
his
next week.
pace.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, let's end it
Okay.
then for that topic.
Guess what? Murdersacker actually has 99 pace. Wow.
this is. It just has to be that during the first episode, just when I'm about to do a transition, someone brings up Giroud running like a donkey. This is brilliant.
Because you're talking about myths,
Okay.
so I'm trying to clear up. Okay, anyway, move on.
Yeah. One more.
Okay, here's another myth. Giroud is actually Poseidon, the Greek god.
No, they have another
Bust
Greek
that
god.
myth
I knew it.
Socrates Papastopoulos. Never mind.
He left already, right?
He's going to Olympiacos by the way.
Can I please?
Oh,
move
he's
on
a
to the
Greek
next
myth.
segment?
He's not a Greek god. He's a myth of a defender. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Okay, guys, that's for next week's Mythbusters. Come
that's
on,
for next
let's
week.
save something.
Okay,
The
BK,
two
continue,
viewers
BK.
that we have just clicked off. I was saying.
And the two viewers were probably some of our siblings.
it was actually me.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just like two of us.
Don't worry, guys. Bigger and better things. We move. Okay, now moving on to the next segment, which I like to call the dub of the week. So it's basically one person who has scored a massive W this week, just that did something amazing, or something along those lines. Anyway, the dub of the week for this week goes to the man, the myth, the legend, arguably the greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, for being the highest scoring player ever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That
You
is-
guys read the
Pele,
news about
that is an
Pele
extremely
will have a
remarkable
bone to pick
achievement.
with that, but Pele played when there was no offside rule, so it really doesn't count.
Wait, is that
Pele
legit?
doesn't count as a footballer.
No, they
Oh.
disputed his goal
Oh,
record as
guys.
well, actually.
Yeah,
Ronaldo's
Wait,
apparently
he
the Czech,
played
the
when there was
Czech
no
FA,
offside rule.
the Czech FA were actually arguing whether
Yeah.
Ronaldo's record was
Yeah,
actually legit.
they added
Because
like
there's-
randomly 60 more goals to Bikan's recorder. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure what's going on.
which is I
I
don't
saw
know.
all the.
Whose record?
I mean, I played a senior football match maybe last week.
The thing
Wait,
about
they added 60 goals to Pele's record.
They are claiming it, but I don't know whether
Bro,
anybody actually
if
cares,
anything, you need to take goals away from Pele's record because he played when there was no offside rule.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I just say there's another myth? There was offside rule when he played.
Oh, there
Mythbuster
was.
version 2.
Yes. Week
Then
two,
how
but, you know.
does Ronaldo's, like, I don't get it.
Wait, no,
No,
there
should-
shouldn't be
no.
offside rule when you
No,
play.
I think
It's
it wasn't
like
about
50s,
offside. It was about the legitimacy of the competition he was playing.
Yeah, that is quite likely.
Probably. He probably played.
I
a
mean,
shit
yeah,
ton
he
of
scored them
friendlies.
all he scored most of them for Santos and Brazil makes good. Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. No, never mind.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
No, dude, I almost said Brazil makes good coffee but not good football. I stopped myself.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
it's a good thing you stop.
They will beat Pramod's hot take for today.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Seri.
Oh, okay. So offside rule. Wow, I search offside rule and I get American football. Brilliant. Just give me a moment, guys.
I feel like we're going off topic a little bit here.
Yeah, okay, screw it. Cristiano
can we-
Ronaldo is the GOAT. I don't care what anyone else says.
Yeah, agree.
Actually, no. I mean, he gets the dub of the week. Okay. I mean, come on, the guys.
He's
Messi's probably gonna beat him, but
a billionaire.
the
Come
dub
on,
of this
guys.
week is very.
He
Who's
should
a
be
billionaire?
there. He's the only currently playing athlete who's a billionaire while he's playing. Like people like Michael Jordan, they became a billionaire after they retired. But Ronaldo is the only player,
Didn't know
only
that.
athlete alive that's a billionaire while he's playing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Considering
The
his
only
humble
one close
beginnings.
to him is Federer, I think. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
yeah.
Federer is a billionaire
He's-
also. But
Yeah, he's swimming in the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, swiftly moving on to the L of the week, and if you've made it this far into the episode, you know who's getting the L of the week.
Ole
And the
Gunnar
L of the week
Solskjaer.
goes to
Oh,
No.
yes. Get that man a Sky Sports
suspend the
contract.
agenda for just 1 minute, bro.
That's going
Okay,
so well. This episode has gone off the rails, our boys. Okay, anyway, the L of the week does not go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's at the top of the table. Wake up, you idiot. L of the week. L of the week, actually, you know what? No. L of the week was actually supposed to go to Liverpool for for losing to Burnley at home. But after the latest comment, I think L of the week goes to Pramod for
Yay!
his incredibly
Spoiler views.
for his
Thanks
incredibly
for
hot
acknowledging
take
me, guys.
on
Thanks
Ole
for
Gunnar
recognizing
Solskjaer.
my comments.
Thumbnail material, bro.
I appreciate it.
This is amazing.
I won't be surprised if we lose like 6-0 tonight to Liverpool. And then the true L of the week will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Are you hearing yourself? We haven't scored in 400 Premier League minutes. You think we...
No, you just watch. United are going to play like a third string team. We're going to play like, I don't know, James Garner. I don't know if he's still in the team, but whatever. We're not going to prioritize the FA Cup at all, okay? But you all need a win because you haven't won. So you all
This
play a
episode
strong
is
team.
gonna...
Pramod, I'm 100% sure he's going to start some first team player. Lah.
No, this episode is gonna go up after the match. Like, after the match is over. So, Pramod, I just have a feeling you're gonna look like a massive clown. And if not, I'll look like a massive clown. I'll take the L of the week next week. Okay. And on that note, thank you for listening, guys. If you've made it this far, I'm pretty sure you're one of our friends. But thank you so much. Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She and I enjoyed some banter together.